Hello. This time I'll be talking about two spectrograms from two different pianos, and I want to compare them. And I won't identify what the pianos are until the end. So I have piano A and piano B, and I played all 88 notes, just like I did in one of my earlier videos. We'll listen to a little bit of that. All the way up from the lowest note to the highest. This is the RX4 software. Just again, a little bit about what we're looking at here. This is a stereo recording, so we have the left and right channels, and we have the frequency on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. And each of these lines is one of the partials for the note. So the fundamental frequency is the lowest, second partial, third, fourth, fifth. And let's see, looking at piano A, you can see a lot of higher frequency energy than in piano B. I recorded these with the same microphone and the same recorder, but on different days and different locations. So the microphone placement may not have been equivalent, and the levels may not be exactly the same, but I hope that it's close enough to give us to allow us to do a good comparison. But we can see that A has a lot more high frequency energy than B, so we're going to think that it's going to sound brighter. Piano A will sound brighter. So let's listen to a little bit in the middle of the piano of piano B. And the same thing for A. So I think A does sound brighter. You can hear that high frequency stuff in there. Something else to mention is the fundamental frequency here in piano A. If we follow this line from the highest note down to the lowest, right around here you start to see that you're losing energy at the fundamental, and then down at the lowest notes, the first two or three partials have almost no energy. And if you compare that to piano B, then we get piano B has energy a little bit farther down than A. And to see that more clearly, I made this, I painstakingly edited together each note, so we can hear A followed by B for each note. I'll zoom in on the lowest notes. So I've labeled them here. Here's A0 for piano A and A0 for piano B. Sorry, and A sharp and B and C. So we've got A followed by B for each note. And you can hear clearly that B has a much richer, deeper bass sound. And you can see it here. Here's B's, the lowest note, A0. B has a very good energy here at about 80 hertz, which would be the third partial, and the second and the first. Second is weak even in the better sounding piano B. But in piano A, we've got barely anything up until up here at 110 hertz. Let's see, what else can we talk about? This is, oh yeah, you can see these dark bands. I didn't mention it yet, but the color of each of these lines represents the volume or loudness or intensity of the partial. So over here is the scale. White would be 0 dB, followed by yellow into orange and blue and purple. So when you see one of these lines that's blue instead of orange, that means it's a weaker partial. And you can see it going these kind of bands of lighter color, of purple or blue, that go through here, they go through there, and then there's another one up here. And the reason for that is it has to do with the strike point of the string, where the hammer hits the string. I won't try to explain it here, but when the hammer hits the string at, say, 1/8 of the length of the string, what's going to happen is the 8th partial will be suppressed, and any multiple of 8, 16th, 24th. So looking down here, if I zoom in on, let's see, so this is piano A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This note doesn't really demonstrate it very well. Let's go to another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see the 7th partial is a little weaker than the others. And the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, 7th partial is weaker. And if we zoom out again, you can see that there's this band of weaker partials. And so that means that this hammer is striking at about 1/7 of the length of the string. If we look at piano B in the same region of the piano, and we zoom in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like piano B's hammer strike is about 1/9 of the length of the string. I don't know which is better or worse, but it's just different. It seems like maybe this would be better because you hear more partials. You hear up to 9. You hear 8 partials until the 9th one is weak. And in A, you only get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 6, and then the 7th one is weak. I don't know if that means it's better or not, but it's just something that I thought was interesting. And another thing that's interesting is in piano A, I marked this C#3. So everything up to C#3, you can see that here's the weak partial, the 7th partial. And then after C#3, the weak partial shifts to the 8th partial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you've got the band of weak partials. And I guess I will go ahead and reveal what kind of pianos these are. Piano B is the Steinway B, 6'11" grand. And piano A is a Baldwin Acrosonic Spinet with very short strings. That's why we had the much better bass sound in the Steinway B, because it's a much bigger piano, and the Spinet has very short, small strings. But look at where this break happens between the bass and the tenor. C#3 is the first note of this section, which is where we saw this change happen from the 7th to the 8th partial being suppressed. And that's because the strike point is a different fraction of the length of the entire string in this section than this section. So I guess that's all for this time. Thanks for listening.